Assalamualaikum and a very good day to you all. Welcome to Programme SM025 Set 3. So let's get started with the first question. So question 1, section A is about the average number of cable cars arriving each day at Awina Skyway Station is 10. The facilities can handle at most 20 cable cars per day. So for the first part, we have to find the probability that 4 cable cars arriving per day. So we need to write the distribution first. So X distributed by Poisson distribution with an average 10. So from there, we can find the probability of X exactly equals to 4. So for this one, we can apply the formula over here. So for the first mark, you can get, and then just use your calculator to get 0.0189. So this is your second mark. Okay, for the next part of the question, you need to find the probability there are more than 9 cable cars arriving. So more than 9 is more than is this symbol, 9 is this number. So for this one, there is no equal sign, we have to change it. So this is discrete distribution. So you have to change it into X equals greater equals 10. Okay. So from this one, you can just use the Poisson table. Okay. Refer the table already. Okay. So this is the first mark. And then to get 0.5421 to get the next mark. Okay. And then last part is about find probability some cable cars have to be sent away. Okay, we have to bear in mind the facilities only handle at most 20 car. Okay, 20 is the limit. So it means the probability that we are looking for is more than 20. 20 and below, the station can manage. More than that, the cable car must be sent away. Okay, so we are actually looking for probability of X greater equal 21. So for this one, you can just refer the table lah. Refer table, but writing this X greater equal 21 entitle you to 1 mark. And then to write 0.0016 to get your final mark. To complete your 6 marks for this question. Okay, let's go to the second question for section A. The lifespan of batteries manufactured in a company is normally distributed. So normal distribution is continuous. So continuous, the equal sign doesn't matter. So no need to change into, if the question asking for X less than or greater, no need to change it into X greater equal or less than equal. Just like the previous question. Okay, because previous question is about Poisson, it's a discrete distribution. So we have to consider that the equal sign does matter. Okay, in to affect the answer. For this continuous distribution, no need. Okay, so the mean is 60 and the standard deviation is 5. So if a battery is randomly selected, we have to find the first one, X greater 74. Let's have a look. Okay, so let's have a look. So what we need to do to change X greater 74 into Z score. Change it into Z score over here. Change it into Z score over here. Okay, so to get 2.8 over here, entitle you for the first mark. Okay, and then Z greater 2.8, you can just use, refer to the normal table to get 0.00256. Okay, next. Okay, next to find X less than equal 59. Same process, change into Z score first to get minus 0.2. Entitle you for the first mark. You mirror this value to get greater equal 0.2. Entitle you for the next mark. And refer the table to get 0.4207, entitle you for the fifth mark lah. The next one. Okay, let's have a look at the third part of part A. Okay, we have to find the probability between 60 to 62. Okay, so first step, have to change the x into z score over here. Okay, by applying the formula. Okay, to get z between 0 to 0.4. You get this and write it correctly, you get the first mark. Okay, and then you for this one, the value in between, we have to bear in mind, if the first value is 0, then easy. Z greater than 0 equals to 0.5. Is half of the rest of the area. It's the half of the shade, the area under the bell curve. Okay, so 0.5 is this part. So this is 0. So the amount, the probability of z greater than 0 is half. And then we want until 0.4 only. We need this area only. So this one we don't want. So the one that we don't want is this part, z greater than 0.4. That's why we have to minus them. So this line entitle you for the next mark. And then just refer to the table to get the value 0.5 and 0.3446 to get the final answer of 0.1554. Okay, let's have a look at the last part. Okay, we need to find the probability of x between 56.5 and 65.5. Okay, don't worry so much about the equal sign or not equal sign over here. Okay, as I said, this is continuous distribution. It doesn't matter much. Okay, so what you need to do is change it into z-score first. Okay, and then you get these values, negative 0.7 and 1.1. So you minus this correctly, apply the formula, correct formula, entitle you for the first mark. Okay, next part is to change this part into this part. Okay, so you get this line, entitle you for the next mark. Okay, and then last but not least, you get 0.6223 is entitle you to the last mark. Okay, so in total there are 11 of them. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So total marks of 11 marks. Okay, let's go to the third question. Okay, so for the first part of question 3, we need to find the linear regression equation using the least square method. Okay, so we need to find the relevant values for the formula of B. Okay, so the formula of B over here entitle you for 1 mark. Okay, and then you get the value of B, you get another mark. Okay, how to get the value of A? Okay, apply the formula of A and then insert the correct value as well as the value of B over here. Yeah, so entitle you for another mark, and when you get 1.4595, entitle you for the fourth mark. Okay, you have to bear in mind that the decimal point must be at least 4 place like this lah. If you rounded it earlier, then it will affect your final answer over here and also this y. Okay, so please be careful. Take everything accordingly, and then you should get the correct answer. Yeah. Okay, so the next part is to get the value of R, coefficient of correlation between cost and profit. Okay, so if you manage to put the correct value in the formula like this, you get 1 mark. And then if you get 0.6221, you get another mark. Okay, and then last part of the question, we need to interpret the relationship between cost and profit. So since R is greater than 0.5, so there is a moderate positive. Why is moderate? Because it's more than 0.5, less than 0.8. Okay, why it's positive? Because positive lah, value over here positive what? No negative, so positive lah. Okay, so the relationship, this is the relationship between cost and profit. It's a moderate positive relationship between them. So this one 1 mark lah. Okay, continue with the section B for question 1. So given that the probability of event A and B are as follows, you need to calculate a probability of A union B for each of the following case. So for the first case, when A and B are independent, okay, when it is independent, it means that this part means probability of A intercept B equals probability A multiplied by probability B. Okay, and the second part, A and B are mutually exclusive. It means mutually exclusive means probability of A intercept B equals to 0. Okay, so let's get started with the answer. Okay, so for this one, okay, so for the first mark, you can get when you multiply PA and PB over here. Okay, so this is your first mark. And the second mark is to replace everything with the respective values, and the next mark is to get 1 over 2. Okay, the next part is when A and B are mutually exclusive. So A intercept B is 0. Okay, so A intercept B is 0. So so there's a typo over here. This is not union, this is intersection. Okay, so the first mark is this line. You manage to write this, then you get your first mark. The next mark is for you to replace all the correct values over here. So another mark, and to get 23 over 40 is another mark. Okay, so already 6 marks. Okay, where the other 3? Let's go to the part C. So part C is asking about A given B equals 1 over 8. We need to find the union lah. Okay, good then. So given A given B equals 1 over 8. Okay, we need to break this one first to become this one. PA intercept B over PA. And then this one we replace by 1 over 8 over here down there. Okay, so you get this line, you replace everything correctly, you get 1 mark. Okay, and then you replace all the relevant values with the values that we have. For example, PA you replace 3 over 8, PB you replace by 1 over 5 over here, you get another mark. And then if you get 11 over 20, you get another mark to conclude this question. So all of them worth 9 marks. Okay, let's go to the next question. Okay, question 2 is asking about a manager wants to distribute 255 blue ribbons and 122 yellow ribbons to her team members. The ribbons are of different lengths. Among yellow ribbons, 20 are short and 60 are long, while among the blue ribbons, 140 of them are medium in length. There are 95 short ribbons. So based from this information, we have to construct two-way table. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, so we have 2 types of ribbons. We put it over here. And then we have 3 types of the length, and we put it over here. And then we conclude all the totals of the type and also of the size. And then at the end, we have to make sure it's 377. Okay, so how to get the marks? Okay, the first marks is for you to get the correct value of these. Okay, so this is 1 mark. Okay, and then you get the correct total of these two. Okay, so this another mark, and then J is for everything. If everything is correct, then you get the last mark. Okay, next, how to find? Okay, so a ribbon is selected at random. What is the probability? Not blue given length. Okay, given medium length. Okay, so not blue is B prime given medium. So we break them into this formula. Okay, not blue intersect medium. Okay, over medium. Okay, and then the first mark is for you to break them into this formula. Okay, the second mark is for you to replace it by the relevant values from the table. So this is another mark, and then getting 3 over 13 is another mark. Okay. Okay, what else? Okay, the next part. The next part is to get probability neither yellow nor long in length. Okay, not yellow, not long. Okay, it means that yellow or length not. Okay, correct lah. So this is the probability representation of the sentence just now. Okay, so how to get this? How to calculate this? We need to get rid of this apostrophe symbol first. So this is also equals to 1 minus probability y union length. Long. Sorry. Length pula. Long. Long. L stands for long. Okay. So you get this line, you get your first mark. Okay. Next mark is to use the formula py plus pl minus py intersect l. You change it into this part with 1 minus in front, you get your next mark. And then you substitute the py, pl and y intersect l with their respective values from the table. You get another mark, and then you get 0.5703 as your final answer. So everything total up to 10 marks. Okay, let's go to section B, question 3. The number of accidents on a certain highway has follows. Poisson distribution with mean 2 accidents per month. Okay, so we can write, is it written over there? Yes, it's written over there. So we need to find no accident happen in a certain month and less than 5 accident happening in 2 months period. So for the first part, X distributed by Poisson distribution, mean of 2 accident per month. Okay, so it is very important for you to write this part. Okay, even though it's not compulsory. Okay, but it will really help you lah. In understanding the question better. So, how to get the first question? There are no accident. Okay, there are 2 ways. The first way, just use the formula. So x equals 0, just use the formula. You get lah 0.153. Okay, so for the first part is for you to write this distribution correctly, like this. Okay, the next mark is for you to write this. Okay, another mark, and then your answer is this 1.1353, another mark. So total 3 marks. So the alternative is like this. Okay, the alternative, the first mark is this one lah. Okay, the first mark is that one. Okay, this for alternative, the second mark is to write this part. Okay, and then to get this from your table as your answer. So the alternative is get from the table. The first way is to get from formula. You can do either one, no problem. Okay, so the next part is to find probability of X less than 5 accident happening in 2 months. That is why I said earlier, you have to write the per month at the back of the distribution. Because this time, the question asking for 2 months. Per 2 months. Okay? When it says per 2 months, then we cannot take 2 and put it over here. You have to multiply it by 2 to get 4 over here. That's why writing the per whatever value at the back is important. Okay? Because Poisson distribution is an average of something happening inside a certain interval. Whether it's a time or space doesn't matter. Okay? It's a fixed interval. So the fixed interval must be determined. If you fail to determine that, then you might make a mistake for this question. Okay, so by using the table, okay, just refer the table, okay. So X less than 5, this is discrete, yeah, guys. So don't forget discrete must change, The less than must change into anything to become greater equal. Okay, because we need to refer to the table. Okay, the table only have X greater equal only. So if you have less than equal, you have to change it. Okay, so less than 5 equals to 1 minus greater equal 5. Like this lah. Okay, so you get this, you have your first mark. First mark. Sorry. I forget. Okay, you write this distribution correctly, you get 1 mark. You didn't write, you will lose 1 mark. Okay. And then 1 minus px greater equal 5, 1 mark. Okay, good. Okay, next one, you refer to the table and you get 0.3712, another mark. And then your final answer, 0.6288, is another mark. So everything total 3 marks. It's 3 marks, sorry, 7 marks. Everything total 7 marks. Okay, let's continue with question 4. Question 4. Okay, what the question is about? It was found 60% of the student in a college have laptop. Okay, so this is the probability. Okay, 0.6, but we don't know what is this in front. Have laptop. So this situation is binary. Okay, why I say binary? Because there is only two situation. You have laptop or you don't have laptop. So if there are binary cases, so this is P and this is binomial distribution. Okay, binomial distribution means the probability only exists in binary situation. Okay, it means that it's either have or don't have. It's either there or it's not there. Okay. Okay. Next one, if 20 students pick at random, so this 20 is our N. Okay. Find the probability number of students have laptop. We have to bear in mind number of students have laptop is determined by X. So we know that X distributed binomially, okay, with number N20 and probability of success 0.6. Okay. So the first one we need to find more than 10. Okay, so more than 10. Okay. Yes. Now, we have to bear in mind that there is a plot twist in this question. Okay. Our probability of success is more than 0.5. The value doesn't exist in our book, in our table provided in the exam. So you have to change it into another value of distribution like this. So X is the number of students have laptop. Must change into Y lah. And then we find the complement. We have to find the complement. So this one we look at the first one, more than 10. More than 10 is X greater than 10. So to mirror X become Y, so X greater than 10 is just Y less than 10. Y less than 10. So you get this one correct. Okay, you get that one. You write this one 1 mark. Sorry, I missed that. Okay, so this one you write this correctly, another mark. Okay, so oh yeah, this one miss this line. Okay, the next one you write this correctly, you get another mark. Okay, and then next we know that py less than equal 9 cannot find in the table because in the table only exists as greater equal y greater equal. Okay, so we need to change it into 1 minus py greater equal 10. You write this correctly like this, get 1 mark. And then you refer to the table, you get another mark. And then you minus them with your calculator, you get another mark for 0.7553 as your final answer. Yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, good then. So the next part, to find x greater than, at least 12. At least means equal or greater to 12. Like this lah. So, x greater equal 12, at least, we mirror them, we find the complement is y less than equals 8. Okay. So, how to find this value? Very easy. So, x, you change into y. This sign, you just flip them. Okay, so greater equal, you flip them into less than equal. That's all. And then, this 12, how to get 8? We find the complement of 12. We know the number of student is 20. Okay, so x is 12. The complement is 8. How I get 8? Is by 20 minus the number 12 over here. That's why over here, x greater equal 10, it becomes less than 10. Because this 10 we get by minus 20 by 10 to get 10. Okay. Now, so you write this line, you get 1 mark. Okay. And then you write this one, you get another mark. Okay. Because y less than equal 8 must be changed into 1 minus px greater equal 9. Okay. And then you refer the table, another mark. And then you minus them with your calculator to get 0.5956 as your final answer. Another mark as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. 4 marks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Next part is to find the number of students have laptop between 7 and 12. Okay. So between 7 and 12. Between means does not include. So there is no equal sign. So no equal sign. Don't careless. So what to do? So x becomes y. Okay, x becomes y. So this one less than become greater, less than become greater, like that, right? And then what else? So 7, 20 minus 7 is 13. And then 20 minus 12 is 8. So that's how you get the complement of x over here. So this one entitle you for the first mark. Okay, the next mark is to change this into this. Okay, how to get this? Easy. Okay, you can get number line over here. Okay, you just put 8 and then 13. Okay, so y greater is empty circle on top of 8 and 13 until 13. So, greater than 8, less than 13 means we don't want 8. So, what we want? The number next to it, 9. So, this one is included, the number that included that we want. And 13 don't want. What do we want? Is the one before it, which is 12. So, as you can see here, we include 9 and also we include 12. Okay. So, you manage to write this, entitle you for the next mark. Okay. And then, from here, you change it into this part, entitle you for the next mark. Refer to the table, next mark. And then, refer to the table, next mark, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you minus them to get 3, 8, 3, 4. Entitle you to 2 marks. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 mark altogether. In total, everything 16 marks. Okay, let's go to the next one, question 5. The amount of money spent by student to buy iftar food during Bazaar Ramadan is normally distributed with mean, mu and standard deviation of 2 ringgit and 50 cent. It is found that only 6% of the students spend more than 30 ringgit. Find the mean of the money spent to buy food. Okay. So we have to take out the important information. Okay. The first part is this bit. Normally distributed, mean, mu and standard deviation of this. So this one means X money distribution binomial pula. Sorry. Normally, okay. Mu 2 ringgit and 50 cent. Square lah. Because standard deviation, right? So must put square over there. Okay, so this is the first information. The second information is this bit. Okay. So this one, what does it mean? It means only 6% of the students spend more than 30 ringgit. So probability X more than 30 equals 0.06. So this is the second information. So by using these two information, we can solve for the value of mu. So let's get started. Okay, what is the solution? Okay, excuse me. Okay, so for the first part, okay, we change the X into Z score. This one, you get this, you get 1 mark. Okay, 1 mark. Okay, the next one is to equal it into 0.06, another mark. Okay, and then oh yeah, and then you compare with the the table. With the table. Okay, we find in the table the value of 0.06 and then we find the Z score responsible. So this is the Z score responsible for Z greater than 1.55. So probability Z greater than 1.55 equals to 0.06, or at least closer to 0.06. So actually you need to get this bit, but you get this bit inside the book. It's not shown clearly in the solution. So this step is 1 mark. Okay, and compare them also lah. And then you get mu, you get your another mark. So in total 4 marks. Okay, next. Since we get the mu already, we can find the probability whatever in the following part. A student chosen at random, find the probability the student spend between 25 and 27 to buy food. Okay, let's have a look. Between 25 and 27. So this one is normal. It's a continuous. So you didn't put equal ke, put ke, doesn't matter. Okay. Put also can, don't put also can. Because it says here between. But the solution suddenly got equal over here. Okay. But you didn't put also, no, doesn't matter. Okay. So first part need to change into Z score. Okay. So this one entitle you for the first mark. Okay. And then next, for you to get this, okay, you get this value lah. Okay. Then you change this. You change this part into this part. Entitle you to the next mark. Okay. And then you refer to the table 1 mark and then get 0.3104. You entitle 1 mark. Okay. Now, next question. Find the probability that the student spend not more than. Not more than means not more. Not more must be less. Not more must be less equal can. Must be less equal can. Like this. So this is the symbol. Okay. So first thing first, change into Z score. Okay. So 1 mark. Okay. So 1 mark. Okay. And then next, you mirror it correctly over here. okay, 1 mark, and then you get 0.4801 as your final mark. To conclude your 11 marks over here. Okay. So let's continue with the next question, the sixth question. Okay. Suppose that 20% of the population wear spectacle. If 400 people selected at random, find probability number of people between 60 and 85. This one smells like approximation. Approximation question. Binomial approx to normal. Okay. Why I say so? Because the n is more than 50. 400 is more than 50. Okay. Because the greatest number of n you can find inside binomial table is 50. More than that doesn't exist. So we have to approx our binomial distribution as a normal distribution. Okay. So this is our distribution. X distributed normally by n 400 and probability of success 0.2. So as I said earlier, it's greater than 50, so we have to approx it. Yeah. So for you to multiply to get the n the mean, you get 1 mark. Okay, and then you get the NPQ is another mark. Okay. And then, okay, you write this line, approximate X as a normal with mean, with mu 80 and sigma squared 64. This one entitle you for another mark. Okay. Now, the question asking about between 60 and 85. So, X is between 60 and 85. Between means does not include. Okay. So, we have to change it into equal sign first, like this. Okay. Then, you change it into, wait, let's call. Can change like this. Or approximation, sorry. Okay, yeah, correct. Okay. So, we have to change into this line first. Then, we do continuity correction over here. Okay, so 2 marks involved. You change into correct one, then you change into you apply continuity correction first. Okay. Okay. Then the next mark. Okay, for you, how to get is to wait. Oh, this one is not X. This one is not Z. This is a mistake. Wait. This is still X, guys. This is still X. Okay, continuity correction still X. You just apply the continuity correction. We never change it into Z first. Okay. The next mark is to change X into Z. This one entitle you for another mark. Okay. And then you get lah this value minus 244, 0.656. And then from this one to this bit to this line entitle you for the next mark. Okay. You refer table, get you another mark. You get 0.705 as your final answer. Entitle you for the last mark. Okay. So total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 marks. 9 marks. Okay. Let's go to the 7th question. Okay. The table below shows the purchases and sales of 8 shops in a month. So the X are the purchases, the first column, and the second column are the sales. Okay. So from these values, we have to calculate the Pearson's correlation coefficient. Hence, we need to calculate the coefficient of determination and interpret our answer. Okay. So let's have a look. Okay. Let's have a look at the first one. Okay. The first part asking for the value of R. Okay. So for you to get all the necessary values needed in the formula of R, and you substitute it correctly, entitle you for the first mark. Okay. And then you get 0.8925 another mark. Okay, and then the next part is to calculate the coefficient of determination. Okay, it means getting R squared. So just square this 0.8925 to get 0.7966. Okay, so this one you get another mark. Get another mark. Wait, I put tick over there. Like that better. Okay, now from this value we need to interpret. Okay, so what to do? Okay, just change this into a percentage. Okay, so it means that 79.66% of the variation in sales is explained by the variation in purchases. Okay, purchases is the variable x variable, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, so this is variable of x variable. Okay, not y. If you write y variation in sales, then it's wrong. And 20.34% of the variation in sales is explained by other factors. So these two parts must exist together in one line. So you write everything correctly, you entitle you for another mark. So 4 marks already. Okay. Next, by using the least square method, find the regression line between amount of sales and purchases, hence interpret the slope of the regression line. Okay. So, what is the first mark? The first mark for you to apply the correct formula with the correct value substituted. So this one mark. Okay. You're working and you get 0.7377. You get you another mark. Okay, for value of A, the formula you put correctly, you substitute correctly, another mark. 292.51 is another mark. And then last but not least, the model y equals the regression line model. Everything you put correctly like this, entitle you another mark. Yeah, please be careful with the rounding. Do not rounding early. For example, you get 0.74, you round early like this, and then you put over here different value, and then you get your model different value. So please be careful, otherwise you will waste your marks lah. Waste time to get answer but considered wrong already, then less mark. Sayang. Okay, next. We need to interpret. We need to interpret the slope. The value of slope means that for every ringgit, 1,000 ringgit added. Okay, how do we get this every 1,000 ringgit? Okay, we need to look back at the question, at the data. The amount is in 1,000. The sale also is in 1,000. So that's why do not just blindly memorize. For every 1 ringgit added, for every 1x are not necessarily 1. You have to look at the table correctly. Whether the value of x or y is in certain multiplication. Okay, multiplication of 1 or 1,000 or 100 or million perhaps. Okay, different question, different value. Added in purchases will increase the sales by 737.70 cent. Okay, how do we get this value even though the slope is 0.7377? As I mentioned earlier, we have to multiply by 1,000. You see, the sales is in 1,000 as well. So when you explain, you must multiply by 1,000. The x also must multiply by 1,000. Where do we get this 1,000? From the table before. Okay, so all these long sentence only entitle you 1 mark. So be careful lah. Even one mistake, habis gone di. Okay, next question. Next question ask what? Okay, estimate the amount of sale if purchases of more than 500,000, 550k is made. Okay, so the amount is RM550000. This amount you cannot put this 5F0000 blindly into our model because our X and Y are in 1000. Our X is in 1000. So what we need to do with this figure is to divide by 1000. Divide by 1000, then put, you see over here. So you need to key in 550, not 550,000 inside the model, inside the Y, inside the X, sorry. Otherwise, you get the wrong answer. Okay, so you divide the amount 550000 by 1000, entitle you for 1 mark. Okay, you calculate, you use the correct formula, entitle you for another mark, and then you get the answer. Okay, the answer also must multiply by 1000, don't forget. Okay, so the final answer entitle you for another mark. So everything is 13 marks. Okay, in total. Okay, so I think that's all. Thank you for your time and attention. Assalamualaikum. Have a good day. All the best in your PSPM.